Welcome to the HETV Game of the Week. I'm John Anderson. Tonight we have Hoffman Estates hosting Hersey in a mid-suburban league crossover game. All the teams from the east are playing teams from the west. And of course, Hoffman Estates is in the West Conference and Hersey is in the East Conference. Both of these teams have a number of similarities. Last week, they won by almost identical scores. Hoffman Estates won 42-0 over Elk Grove, and Hersey won by a 41-0 score over Zion Benton. So they both got off to a great start. Both of these programs right now are in the ascendancy. They're coming up from where they were 2, 3, 4 years ago. And so they meet tonight here to see who has come the furthest. Hoffman Estates has a new head coach this year. He's Tim Hersey. And he follows a 4-year run by Mike Donatucci, who took this program over when it was at a low ebb and built it up. Last year they went to the playoffs. Tim Hersey is here for, this will be his second game tonight. On the other side, Hersey has Mike Donatucci, the former coach until just this year. As their new defensive coordinator, and he got off to a great start with a shutout for Hersey last week, and he'll be on the other side of the field tonight against his old team. The head coach of Hersey is Joe Pardon, who has presided over a continuous rise of their fortunes, and certainly, as is evidenced by the 41-0 win last week, they're off to a very good start this year. Hersey has 13 players back this year, so that's a good nucleus. And Hoffman Estates is even more impressive. They have 18 players returning this year. Both of them, largely because of so many players coming back, are very optimistic about this season. Another similarity between these teams is they both have very outstanding quarterbacks. Hersey has Owen Goldsberry, who is a running and passing quarterback. He had over 1,000 yards passing last year and over 500 running. He's being recruited by several D1 schools, and including he has visited a few Big Ten schools. He's gotten some offers from schools, I believe Western or Southern Illinois. For HE, there's Austin Colson at quarterback. He threw for nearly 2,000 yards last year, and he's back again this year. He has his whole offensive line back, his running backs back, so the Hoffman Estates offense is really loaded this year. They have two outstanding receivers, Jalen Alexander, who is about 6'1", 240 pounds, and he'll play linebacker as well. He has committed to Purdue as a linebacker. So a major college football player, very big athlete, 6'1", 240 pounds. Jalen Bassett is also an outstanding receiver for Hoffman Estates. Last week, Hoffman Estates had 363 yards on total offense, and they held Elk Grove to only 209. Colson was 14 of 22 for 234 yards passing. And Alexander caught 5 of those and turned them into 105 yards of gain. Goldsberry, the quarterback for Hersey, had quite an impressive night. He passed for 149 yards. And he scored 6 touchdowns, 3 passing and 3 running. Leading the way for him are some key offensive linemen for Hersey: Will Eppert, Ryan Durig, Brendan Watson, Austin Corba, and Jake Malux. And they all did a fine job of blocking for him. One of the main confrontations tonight to watch in this game will be the pass defense of Hersey, which held Zion Benton to a mere 41 yards last week, going up against this high-powered Hoffman Estates pass offense, which piled up 234 yards. So there's a big differential there. 41 yards allowed by Hersey last week, 234 yards of passing by Hoffman. We'll see how that plays out tonight and which one gets the better of that contest. Both programs are on the rise, and Hoffman Estates had quite a season last year. They made the playoffs. They made it in, and in the first round they went up against the second best team in the East Suburban Catholic League. It was 23-23. I was at the game down at Bennett in the fourth quarter, and Bennett pulled out a touchdown right at the end to edge Hoffman Estates 30-23. So that was a very impressive game for Hoffman Estates. And because of that performance in that game, plus the fact that they've got so many starters back, 18 starters back, I see them as having a slight edge in this game tonight, but Hersey certainly has a very improved ball club and a very competitive one, so we should see a good contest tonight.
Okay, getting ready for a kickoff here at Hoffman Estates High School. Welcome to the HETV Game of the Week. Bruce Anderson here with John Anderson. And Hoffman Estates is going to receive to start the game.
Should be a good contest tonight, and as I said in the pregame, these teams both won by almost identical scores last week. Hoffman Estates winning 42-0 over Elk Grove, and Hersey winning 41-0 over Zion Benton.
So here comes the kickoff. It's away. It's coming down around the 5. Returner slipped and was tackled down at the 25-yard line.
Temperature, a crisp 62 degrees. We'll be dropping down to the mid-50s tonight. So stay warm by buying some Hoffman Estate loyal partner.
So Hoffman Estates with decent field position to start, just inside their own 25.
That was Will Nunn, who's also a wide receiver, and he had a number of receptions last week. A good week as a wide receiver.
50 raffle tickets. Hope you brought your cash.
Austin Colson, who's waiting for the snap for the Hawks. Takes a handoff, whips it out to number 2, Jalen Alexander. Looks like he's...
Pickup of about 9 yards.
9 yards. Couldn't tell exactly where he went out there.
Alexander, and we'll probably see him play linebacker tonight as well.
I want to shout out the quieter part of the couple, Mr.
About
Johnson.
6'1", 200, close to 240 pounds, and is committed to Purdue.
Back to Alexander again.
Colson to Alexander again. Good enough for left first. Hawk, first down. Big shout out to the pride of Robert Morris University.
So the Hawks may be going to run that until Hersey stops it. Ran the same plane twice in a row. It's a good effect both times.
Also regional champion.
He has the size and strength to be very hard to bring down. We saw him last year a couple of times, and he was quite impressive.
Handoff this time.
Alexander to carry, picks up
and around. Alexander carrying it again. 3 straight touches. Looked like he picked up about 3 yards.
He's one that Hoffman Estates will try to have a lot of touches with. He's got the talent and size. Very hard to get a Big Ten football scholarship, and he's committed at this point to Purdue.
That's outstanding. Whistle blows it dead.
Prior to play starting.
Illegal procedure against Hoffman. That'll cost him 5. So it'll be second and about 11.
Colson quite a passer.
Trips right, single back in the backfield. Big handoff, he's going to take it himself.
Close on the keeper, picks up a couple.
Gets back just shy of where they were before the penalty.
Kristen,
so it looks like
Aguilar,
about 3rd and 6.
Blankets are illegal in school. They're okay for 4 games.
This Hersey defense did very well against Cy and Benton as far as pass defense last week, holding them to 41 yards. Here's a pass play coming up.
There is a timeout by Hoffman Estates.
On the field.
So Hoffman Estates wanting to talk something over. Maybe coach didn't like what he saw by the defense.
German club selling brats.
Hoping to get the first down.
Selling gear in the north end zone. Cheerleaders selling 50-50 raffle tickets. Litzy, they're selling personality too. Go buy some. Shake your head.
John and I are broadcasting from the bleachers today, so it may be just a little bit
rocking the sleeveless tonight.
More noisy than usual.
Need to hit the weight room for sure.
But we are under the moon.
It's pleasant now. It might get a little chilly by the end of the game. So probably in the high 60s or so right now. There's Colson. He's got 2 receivers wide right. Here, one of them coming across. Colson drops back.
Going deep. He's got a man. Oh, and it's complete, and he's going to score. Touchdown, Javon Blissett.
Blissett had a big year last year, and that shows you the kind of speed and catching ability he has, and Hoffman Estates is on the board.
So a good quick strike deep to Blissett, and the Hawks are on the board 6-0. Getting ready for the PAT. Connor Glencore going to put it up, and it's good. So the Hawks up 7-0 early on the Huskies. Nice first drive, John.
It sure was. Key play there being the long pass to Blissett to put them on the board, and they mixed it up a little bit, and the 2 wide receivers playing a big role in that, Alexander and Blissett, who had big years last year and carrying on tonight in the same manner, contributing to this Hoffman Estates offense.
The Hawks getting ready to kick it away here. 11:03 left in the first quarter.
So far, the Hoffman Estates offense, their passing has the edge over the defensive secondary of Hersey, in that they went down the field rather nicely with a number of pass completions.
Yeah, Hoffman Estates ripping off some big chunks of yardage there.
The talk around the league has been that Hoffman Estates would have quite an offense this year. They've got practically everybody back from last year.
There's a kick. Coming down just outside the goal line. Slowed down and then stopped inside the 20-yard line.
All the way back, yeah. Not very good field position for Hersey for their first possession. Giving him his forward motion there, and it's placed at, I believe, about the 19-yard line.
Yep, ball on the 19.
So we'll see Goldsberry now. He's more of a run-pass quarterback, and Last week, 3 touchdowns running, 3 touchdowns passing.
Hands it off up the middle, making a man miss.
22, Luke Sakala on the carry.
Sakala, he was their leading rusher last week, and
Tackled by
he takes that one and turns it into a nice gain of about 7 yards.
Once again, you can watch this game Wednesday night, Saturday morning, Sunday afternoon on HETV.
Fakes a handoff to the end around. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Picks up about 2 yards. So about 3rd and 1 coming up.
This will be 3rd and
Didn't
short.
find too much room, and Alexander, number 2, is out there on defense right now, so playing both ways tonight, as he did much of last year.
Officials timeout.
Okay, 3rd and 1 coming up here. And off up the middle, and they may have stopped that.
Looks to be short.
Looks to be short, be 4th and short.
Defensive line of Hoffman had a tremendous push on that, and
Declan.
clogged up all the holes and held them, so that forces a punt.
I don't know, looks like they...
Or are they going to punt?
There's a
Their punter wasn't out there.
on the field.
Goldsberry
Timeout.
was in the shotgun.
They want a timeout over there. You look bored.
Well, it's actually a little less than a yard. And with a runner as good as a quarterback that runs as well as Goldsberry, they might give it a try here. He's an exceptional runner and a very good passer, and has a few major college Division I offers from some of the schools like I believe Western and Southern Illinois, Eastern, and he has had visits with a few Big Ten schools.
Things Hersey back out onto the field, and it looks like now they're going to punt.
Looks like Alexander's going back to field the punt along with another. Well, Alexander is really the only one way deep right now.
If there was a man back there with him, but he's walking back up.
Biggest kick return man we've seen in the league in a while. They have him up around, on most of the charts I've seen, he's up around, let's see, what is he? We don't have any weights on our roster here, but I've seen him right around 240 pounds.
Timeout for a measurement.
Here we go, we've got another roster here. 6'2", 230 is what that one shows. Good size for a punt return man. In fact, extremely large for a punt return man.
So Hersey may be rethinking things. It's going to be about 4th and a foot coming up.
They might, this is happening more and more. Teams going for it on 4th down. With a good returner like Alexander back there, you might have a better chance of helping yourself this way.
Unless you don't pick it up. Quarterback sneak.
Boy, that Hoffman line closed down on it very fast. Hersey player signaling they've got it, but let's see what the referee says.
And the Hoffman players saying they don't have it, so.
First down, Hersey.
First down.
First down.
Just barely.
It must have been by an inch or two. That Hoffman defensive line has been very hard charging.
So quarterback keeper going around the left side.
Quarterback keeper's pushed out of bounds.
Doesn't look like he got much there.
Number 24, Trayvon Hall.
I'm impressed with the hustle and charge of
Once again, if you join us late,
this Hoffman
freshman
defense.
Picked up about a yard.
Congratulations, fellas. JV cheered a nice job, too.
One of the bread and butter plays for Hersey is
and Coach
Goldsberry on the keeper.
And he's going to keep it up the middle and dropped again for no gain.
Two
plays with Goldsberry, and there looks like they've only
like Jimmy Burks hit him first.
totaled about 2 yards or so. Impressive defense on
Shout out to
this
Priscilla
series
Valencia.
for Hoffman.
She might need a homecoming date.
Hoffman D looking very good here tonight. So 3rd and about 8 coming up. 3 wides to the right, 1 to the left. Single back in the backfield. Quarterback throwing, and he puts it up long and way out of bounds.
No one had an opportunity to make a catch on that one. It was way out of bounds to the right.
I don't know, it looked like Austin Colston on the sideline might have had a shot at it.
He was about the only one that was near it.
Big shout out to Coach Hammond bringing us food. There's a cart.
So this time Hersey will punt. 8 minutes, 21 seconds left in the first. Kick is away, and it's taken a Hersey roll. Inside the 15, about the 13.
All the way down to the 13.
Nobody back for that punt. And it just rolled all day long.
Shout out to Mr. Cleveland. Looking sharp.
Well, quite an impressive series for Hoffman on defense, and that follows an impressive opening series.
Our German exchange has started.
Hoffman living up to its preseason billing in this game, and they certainly did in their opener, winning 42-0 over Elk Grove.
Hoffman Estates German Club.
Elk Grove is now coached by Miles Osei, who was a star for Prospect High School.
So hand-off up the middle, breaking tackles.
Number 9, Mike Eppenbaugh.
Mike Eppenbaugh with that carry.
On the carry, picks up about 8. Tackled by number 50.
So about an 8-yard pickup. Hoffman Estates offense looking awfully good. Getting some big holes.
Good to see Coach Allen on the sidelines.
Okay, Eppenbaugh again out for a first down.
Mike Eppenbaugh on the carry, stuffed by number 6, Nick Wiley, but not until it
Mike
became a Hawk.
Eppenbaugh,
First down.
5'8", 145-pound senior. Moving the ball well here.
He's one of the many seniors on this Hoffman Estates team.
Oh, offsides there.
Flag on the play.
It looks like Hoffman Estates getting a 5-yard gift.
It is an encroachment against Hersey. Mr. Flegler's on it. 1st and 5 at the 30.
Looking right, scrambling, being chased. A little shot put out to the 40-yard line.
Completion to Will Nunn.
Looks like Will Nunn has it.
First down.
Another first down. Buying time, rolling to his right, being chased. Austin Colson just shot putted that one to Will Nunn.
Jones.
That was one of the defensive backs came up and made that tackle. A little hard to see the numbers sometime. It was either 26 or 28.
Sweep. Good for about 5.
Number 24, Trayvon Hall, following some nice blocks.
So Trayvon Hall, I think he might have got more if he hadn't stopped and tried to juke the defenders.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But a
parents
nice
are selling
pickup
50-50
anyway.
raffle tickets for cheerleading throughout this quarter, the next quarter,
So
and third quarter.
2nd and 5 coming up.
Please support our cheerleading program by purchasing 50-50 raffle tickets. Detective Allen bought some already too.
Swing pass out to Austin. Makes a couple men miss, still on his feet inside the 25 to the 24. Alexander.
He's big and he's got some moves as well. He's able to avoid a couple tacklers there.
But there's a flag on the play. Looks like it's coming back.
Hoffman Estates is I believe, the smallest school in the West, which has some very large schools. Barrington over 3,000 enrollment, and Hoffman, I believe, is right around 1900, 1850, something like that. And
holding against Hoffman Estates, that'll cost him 10.
He's holding against the Hawks.
2nd and 13. Colston puts it up. Picks up a chunk of it. Javon Blissett. It'll be about 3rd and 4 coming up. So Hoffman Estates getting 5-10 yards of play here. Looking very good.
brings up 3rd down and about 4 or maybe 5. Colson, a very accurate passer. He's got 3 men wide left.
Handoff.
Yep.
And that's going to be a first down.
Johnson. The gritty run.
It's like
That's good
Max
enough for a
Locke.
first down. Scoreboard update brought to you by the Hoffman Estates Intervention Office. At the end of the first quarter, Conan 8, Buffalo Grove nothing. Rolling Meadows 3, Friend nothing.
So Hoffman moving methodically, even with the 10-yard holding penalty that set him back. Now at midfield.
There's Colson looking. Now he scrambles. And he's going to run it.
Scamper by Colson picks up a few, but there's a flag on the play.
Got a flag on the play. Looked like he picked up about 5 yards, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a holding with all that.
Holding once in a while on those plays where they reverse the field like that. It's a block on the back. One of those two, holding or block on the back, and will probably be called. That will negate a nifty improvised run by Colson there. There's a 10-yard walk-off from the point of infraction, and that puts them, since the infraction was behind the line of scrimmage, we're way back to the 39-yard line, and it's still first down, but long way to go.
That was a hold.
About 26 yards to go here.
Double reverse.
Double reverse.
And not going very far, Trevon
Carry by
Hall.
number 24, Trayvon.
More sideways motion there than motion to
Picked up a few.
the north end of the field.
Tackle by number 9, Zach Carmen.
These Hersey numerals are among quite a few that are difficult to see at points because they're light on top and dark on the bottom. You can't quite see the top of the numeral that well.
That blends in. Whistle.
Flag on the play.
It's something that probably looks nice when you're looking at the jersey in the locker room, but out on the playing field for the fans and those of us who broadcast these games, it creates some difficulty.
False start by Hoffman Estates. So the Hawks are stopping themselves here.
It's a false start against the Hoffman Estates High School.
So second and about 30 now.
The safety for Hersey is playing way back, as he should in this situation. It's second and 30. Here comes Alexander working underneath
Colson
the
Alexander's complete.
pass
Tackle by
defense. He
85.
picked up a few yards.
Nick
Got along
Steger.
30 yards to go, and that picked up. Looks like it picked up about 5 or
Coach
6.
Abbott in the house tonight. The head looking shiny from the sideline. Good wax tonight.
So third and 22 coming up.
Pain.
Hoffman Estates still picking up chunks of yardage, but when you have 30 yards to go, 8 yards doesn't look like a whole lot. So third and 22. Swung
Pass
it
to
out
number
to
28,
Jalen
Colson.
Johnson,
Jalen Johnson.
but
is
he
complete.
lost his feet
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a
trying
car
to
with
make a
emergency
cut,
lights
so
on.
it's going
A
to
car
be
with the
about
emergency lights on. License plate Q15.
4th and 14 coming up.
6305.
Hoffman
Your
Estates is going to have to
emergency
punt.
Q15-6305. Your emergency lights are on.
Well, their penalties did them in on this drive,
Connor Lakecourt back to
and
punt. Number 7 to receive, Casper Rukowitz.
So Connor Lankor going to kick it away. There it goes, sort of a rugby style kick. Hits and rolls. Nice Hoffman roll.
Lanker's punt goes out about the
Down to
12-yard
about
line.
the 12-yard
Michael
line.
Swan's a big fan of it. Hey, Swanee. Hi, Megan.
So the Hersey Huskies with a long field to go. Hoffman Estates able to move the ball until penalties
This
pushed them
factory
back.
brought to you by the Hoffman Estates AP Environmental Science.
So with 2:06, Hersey will
will
put the ball back in play here, and 2:06 remaining in the first quarter. And this drive starting at the 12, so they now got weak, poor field position
Hand
again.
off up the middle, not a lot there.
Tackled by Caleb Hawks for a gain of about 2.
Offensive, that defensive
Second and
line
8.
of Hoffman
22
has
is the
been very
carrier,
tough
Luke
in the early going here.
It's like a pickup of about 1 yard. So 2nd and 9 coming up. Looking left, throwing left, complete. Out of bounds about the first down marker.
Reception is number 20, Vince Carso, pushed up by Trayvon Hall. number
Vince
24, the Hawks.
Carso with the reception there. We'll see where they mark it.
Will be a first down for the Huskies.
So that'll move the chains.
11 on the keeper, Owen Goldsberry. Tackled by
Goldsberry
Trayvon
picks
Hall.
up 5 or 6. We'll see where they mark
A little
it.
more running room that time. And showed us some speed. And
So 2nd and 5 coming up. Another keeper up the middle this time, breaks through the line and has room to run out to the 45-yard line.
showing his
Number 11 on the carry,
running ability
Owen
there.
Goldsberry.
He
Good enough for Husky for
was over 1,000 yards rushing last year as a junior.
There's a flag on
Quarterback
the
who
play.
runs more than he runs
Hersey.
for more yardage than he passes.
Penalty on the play. It's coming back, it looks
We will have
like.
a press box contest. The first blue crew member to correctly guess Declan Mustay's middle name will receive a brownie from the press box. Care of Coach Ulrich and Jason Stenley.
So back to almost the original line of scrimmage. They picked up about
It's not
a
speedy.
yard on that after the penalty.
Second
So
and 5.
2nd and 4 coming up here. Goldsberry keeping it, running right. Makes a man
Goldsberry on the
miss,
carry,
and
picks
he's
up-
going to be a little bit short. Bring up
Be third and
third and about 2.
Well, I think we'll see Goldsberry keep it here.
Now
No,
handoff.
There's a handoff there.
Number 22 around the left side, and he's got a first down and about
That's
5 yards more.
Luke Sikala,
We have a
who led
winner
them
in
in
the
rushing
contest.
last week.
Tracer Rustay
He
got
picks
it.
up the first down.
O'Neal, she won the brownie. She's taking it.
So
to your
Hersey
parents.
putting together
I
a
feel
little
like that's
drive here. They
collusion.
started
I think
this
that's
at about the
collusion.
12.
It's a first down for the Huskies. End of the first quarter. Score being Hoffman Estates
So
7.
that's the end of the
Hersey
first
nothing.
quarter, and it's the Hawks 7, the Huskies nothing. But Hersey's starting to get something going here at the end of the first quarter.
No big surprises. Colson has shown us some good passing. The highlight was the big pass to Blasik, set for a touchdown. And Goldsberry on this current drive is showing us some running capability that he has. As a running quarterback, he had approximately double yardage running versus his passing last year. So far, no real big surprises. Maybe the only thing that's a little more than expected is the
Lemire Barnes.
at least up until the last
house.
few plays, the defensive line
He's
for
a house
Hoffman
himself.
was
All muscle.
really shutting things down.
Probably ought to put a spy on Goldsberry.
Hersey has found a way to move the ball here with a few first downs, and they're
Second quarter underway.
out to their own 40-yard line approximately.
To the motion man, number 9. Looks like he's
Number
going
9.
to lose a couple.
Jack Carmen hit by a host of Hawks. A
Zach
Kendall, if you will.
Carmen.
And this hit by Trayvon Hall. Dakota's in the house, just cheering on her brother.
They're giving him right about back to
We don't
the
mind any.
line of scrimmage.
Goldsberry.
Goldsberry's
Tackled behind the line of
sacked.
scrimmage.
There's
By
that
number
defense
35.
again. That was
Brandon Freimeyer. Will be
Brandon
third and
Freimeyer,
16.
number 35, linebacker there. 5'8", 155-pound senior. So third and about 15.
James Allen now leading the blue crew.
good speed on this Hoffman defense. Some of the players are not real big, but they really moved.
Going deep, got a man wide open,
Goldsberry's
all
got
by
a guy.
himself.
Breakdown in the secondary there.
All right, 65-yard touchdown pass will make it 7-6 Hoffman Estates.
All alone.
Saw something there and got a man wide open there. Goldsberry hit him on the run, and
I think that might have been Nick Wiley.
I believe the reception was by number 3, Sean Waters, Goldsberry.
Giving that to Sean Waters.
40 to attempt the point after Scott Tangy.
A big old breakdown in the secondary there for the Hawks.
There's a flag on the play. It should be against Hoffman
Nobody
Estates.
within 10 yards of that
There will be
receiver.
encroachment against the Hawks.
Encroachment against the Hawks. So that'll be half the distance to the goal line. Ball at about the 2.5 yard line. And the kick is up and it's
Point after attempt
good.
is good, which is a 7-7 tie
So
with 10:37
7-7 is the tie, with 10:37 left in the first half.
And all of a sudden on that 65-yard pass play, we've got a tie game here.
Father the Savior, I like elevators and worry about getting paper.
So Hoffman Estates getting ready to receive here. They'll have to see if they can get the momentum back.
Black night, Christ like image, take a picture, it'll last your life. Move, if you win the way, get the applause like audience, cause we here to stay, here to make a change.
There's the kickoff. They fumbled at the 15, picked up the middle, and out to about the 35. Nice return there.
Hoffman
Justin
will start
Fossey.
with good field
That was
position
nice.
once again.
That was Will Noon on the return.
Well, it's another good night for passing. We had one last week, and looking at the flags, they're hanging very limp tonight, so not much wind at all. And temperature's a little cooler. For this time of year, it has the feel of maybe early October or something.
It does. Feels more like October than September. So complete out to the 40 and then out of bounds.
Closest pass to Blissett is complete.
Javon Blissett
Pushed
on
out
the
by
reception.
22. Luke Sicalovi second and short.
He picked
Colson,
up about 9.
quite a passer, around 2,000 yards last year. And got 3 wide receivers, 2 men in the backfield with him now, so that enhances his pass blocking to some extent.
So a handoff up the middle, and he's got a first down and more. Another 5-yard run.
Jalen Johnson carrying a couple Huskies for a first down.
Looks like
Jalen Johnson, one of their key running backs, carrying the football. Carrying the football there.
Michael Rivera trying to fire up the cheerleaders.
They did have a formation with 2 backs, and that provides additional blocking as well as some ability to fake the defense because of so many options involved. Johnson is the deep back here.
And whistle blows.
There's a timeout on the field. Thank
Timeout by the Hawks.
Timeout Hoffman Estates. 50-50 raffles being sold for cheerleaders. Bronze being
One
sold
of the
for German
linemen
club.
has orange and
Hoffman
yellow
Estates
shoes
Royal
on,
Partners
so it
selling
kind of looks
Halt
like there's a
memberships
flag on
and
the
sweatshirts,
play,
sweatpants, t-shirts,
on
quarter
every
zips.
play because of those
Concession
yellow
stands are open.
shoes.
And Coach Ulrich's got music.
You've been running around, throwing that dirt all on my name. Cause you knew that I'd call you up. You've been going around every party in LA. Cause you knew that I'd be at one. Oh, I know that dress is karma, perfume regret.
Okay, 1st and 10. Ball just inside the 50-yard line. 49, high snap. Out to number 4.
Paulson to Blissett,
That's
complete.
Javon
Pushed out by number
Blissett.
44.
Nice pickup there.
Colton
Looks like about 8
Hamish.
yards.
Camus.
We'll see exactly where they spot it.
Pick up about 8.
On the 44, so about 3 yards to go. Hoffman Estates picking up chunks of yardage. Nice pitch and catch. Out to
Pass complete, Alexander.
Jalen
First
Alexander
down.
again.
Michelle Diaz.
Down
likes
to
it.
about the 30-yard line. So Hoffman Estates moving briskly down the field. 9:30 left in the first half. Hersey not really stopping the Hoffman offense. That last drive, Hoffman stopped themselves with penalties. And Hoffman Estates moving again here.
And they're doing it with both running and passing.
Balanced offense.
One running back.
Hands
This is
it off.
Johnson gets the ball.
Cuts
He's
it
got
back.
some room. And he's going to, looks like he's met right around the goal line there.
Jalen Johnson down to the goal line. Good enough for a Hawk. First down.
Jalen Johnson stopping and
Michelle,
trying
your
to
thoughts
cut
on that?
back. Might have made it if he hadn't.
Great. She's so eloquent,
But
ladies and gentlemen.
very nice run.
Inside the 5-yard line, it appears. All the way down just about to the goal line.
Let's see. I hope you heard that.
So maybe a yard to go. 1st and goal from the 1.
They've got Johnson deep in the backfield there, and he's their heavy-duty
And
runner,
Johnson's
and he
got
takes
it.
it in there.
Touchdown, Hoffman, number 28.
Almost looked like he was
Jalen Johnson to
untouched
make
on
it
that.
13-7.
Hoffman Estates back in the lead.
So Hoffman Estates offense again
The
looking
run
very
game on
good.
that drive.
Lane Core's point up after.
No
no
good.
good.
Oh, good. So it stays at 13-7
13-7,
with
Hoffman
8:31 remaining in the half.
So a low snap. Had to scramble to get it back up, and kick was no good. It was off to the left.
Two teams that threw shutouts last week, but we're starting to see the offenses rev up against each other tonight. And Hoffman moved the ball well on that drive, and Hersey was able to explode with a big play on their last drive. So starting to see some offensive fireworks in this game against two good defenses.
Might be time for a haircut.
So that begs the question, was that long touchdown a defensive breakdown or a good offensive play? We'll get a chance to see on this next drive.
We'll see. That one had the appearance of a breakdown. When they get that wide open, somebody has usually blown a coverage. Defensive back probably thought the safety was staying back, and the safety instead was coming up to help out with the run or help out in another area of the pass defense.
And there's a kickoff coming down at the 2. Cutting back at a nice haul. Brought down across the 40 by number 7, Angel Jones.
Tackle by number 7, Nigel Jones. Be 1st and 10.
So Hersey starting out with good field position.
Hoffman Estates Athletic Department would like to remind the Blue
Perhaps
Crew
the first
that
time
there is
tonight
no
that they've
pettiness
had good
allowed
field
in the Blue Crew.
position to work with.
There is no pettiness allowed in the Blue Crew. Nathan Van, we're talking to you.
So Hersey back out to work on offense. 8:23 left in the first half. Keeper. Pitch and catch.
Goldsberry finds a man, and
Timmy Summary down to about the 30-yard line.
Samari. Good enough for a Husky first down. Tackle by Nigel Jones, number 7.
Timmy Samari down to the 29-yard line. So another big pass here by Hersey. Fakes a handoff,
Goldsberry
he's back.
looking deep. And
Way overthrown.
well covered that time. He threw it over him by quite a bit and avoided a
Coverage by
possible
Nigel Jones.
pickoff there.
Number 3, Sean Waters.
Defensive back with him for stride.
Goldsberry, quite an athlete. Looks like he throws on the run very well.
And you got to respect his running ability. Keeper rolling to his left.
Turns the corner.
Goldsberry on the carry.
Like a 5 or 6 yard pickup. Nice block
Looks to
there.
be about 6 on the play. Be 3rd and 4. Forced out of bounds by Clavante
3rd and
Jackson.
4th
number
coming
27
up.
for the Hawks.
Like a Hawk might have had a chance for a tackle on that, but he just got buried.
Goldsberry has 3 wide receivers. He's got 2 men in the backfield. Both of these clubs using 2 men in the backfield with the quarterback.
Keeper up the middle. Spins, gets a couple. He's going to be short of the first
Goldsberry
down.
on the keeper. Initially hit by Trayvon Hall. We'll bring up 4th
So
and
4th and about 3.
3. This should be a 40-yard field goal attempt.
Hersey going to try a field goal.
Scott Tangney.
These high school kickers have quite a range these days. 40 yards attempt right here.
Scott Tangney. See what kind of leg he's got. It's up, and it's
like
short. No good.
Kick is no good.
A little bit
Score
short and a
remains
little bit to the right.
13, Hersey 7.
Still the
Dang,
Hoffman Estates.
fairly close to making that one.
Yes, didn't miss by much. So the defense holds. Hoffman Estates keeps their leads, 13-7. 6:22 left in the first half.
Hoffman Estates will get the ball at the 20. That's one of the rules that's different in high school. will go to the 20 on a missed field goal rather than back to the line of scrimmage.
James, I wish I recorded that.
So Hoffman Estates with 6:22 left to do something. Oh, pass batted
Pass intended
down.
for number 13, William Nunn, is knocked down.
Will Nunn was
Number 9.
running free in the middle. Wasn't able to get the
Will be
pass
second
to
and
him.
10 for the Hawks.
Hoffman playing, or Hersey playing 4 defensive backs right now.
Pass complete. Oh, breaking a tackle and still on his feet.
Pass complete
Out
to
to about the
number 2,
45. Alexander
That's good enough
breaking
for Hawk.
tackles.
First down.
At speed and size, guess he's listed at 230 here. I've seen him listed a little higher in a couple of other, on some of the recruiting websites. But 230 is plenty big for a wide receiver, especially in high school football.
And off to the motion man. That's number 22, breaking it up the middle and
Nice
out to
run
about
right
the
on
40.
Number 12, Ty Grace.
Oh, that was 12, Ty Grace.
First down.
So Hoffman Estates again breaking off big chunks of yardage here.
Really showing their running game the last couple of drives.
Screen out to number 4. That's Javon Blissett.
Blissett brings it up about 7
Looks like
yards.
he picks up 6,
There's a
7
flag on the
yards.
play. That's holding against Hoffman
Holding
Estates.
against Hoffman Estates.
We'll back that up to about the 49. Kara, the Raging Cajun Shuck, working hard on the sidelines. Greg, good meatballs. Maybe a little less breadcrumbs next time. I've had 6 bottles of water up here.
That's number 58, Brandon Shepard, the offensive lineman who's got those yellow shoes. So 1st and 20. High snap, swings it out to Alexander. Oh, a nice stiff
There was
arm.
a flag
but
on the play after the completion from
brought
Colson
down
Alexander.
after about an 8-yard gain, but a flag on the play.
Legal man downfield is the call.
Illegal man downfield against Hoffman Estates. So Hoffman Estates again stopping their own drive.
It's an official's timeout. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned please for our halftime entertainment. Yeah, buddy, I'm looking at you. Hey!
So we've got 5:11 remaining in the half, and Hoffman, after that walk-off, still at first down, but they've got
25 yards to go.
James, you know what movie that is? James?
So let's see what Hoffman Estates has on 1st and 25. Should have snapped the ball, had Hersey offsides there. That allowed him to get back and reset. Back to
here's
pass.
Colson looking, and little swing pass.
Not
Pass
very
complete for
much.
number 12.
Ty Grace.
Ty
And
Grace.
there's another flag flying.
There's a flag on the play. Ladies and gentlemen, just again a reminder that cheerleaders, the parents are going around selling 50-50 raffle tickets.
Looks like this one
Please
might be
support our
against
cheerleaders
Hersey.
by buying 50-50 raffle tickets. Hi, Sam. Personal foul, that ball against Hersey High School.
So, personal foul against Hersey.
Hoffman Estates loyal partners are
Tack
selling
on
memberships
15
and
yards.
gear, shirts, sweatshirts, etc. The north end zone, white shed. South end zone has your concession stands and your German club selling brats. Please stay tuned at halftime for entertainment. We have our marching band. Looks like the pom-pom squad is going to be performing.
So that'll make
Wow.
it much more manageable.
Yeah, that's
About 5 yards.
they've gone from 1st and 25 all the way to 1st and 5.
Should be second.
Will be second and 6 for the
Second and
Hawks.
6.
So the penalty giveth and the penalty taketh away. Another swing pass.
Colson to Blissett.
Out to Blissett again.
Picks up about 4. We'll make it 3rd and about 2. Push out of bounds by number 30.
3rd and 2 coming up.
Picchiotti. A shout out to Blake Raffaelli, staying warm on the sideline.
Well, I think Johnson may get the football here. There it goes. Ball's in there. They're waiting for him.
Jalen
But
Johnson on a
Like
run.
he's going to be short. He's close. Let's see.
That's good enough for Hawk. First down.
They just made it. So with 4:14, they moved the chains, and we got a first down at about the, looks like about the 31-yard line of Hersey for Hoffman Estates. They're already leading 13-7. We've seen very little 4 wide outs in this game. There's been at least one running back
There's a
almost all the
timeout
time on the part of both teams.
on the field.
And quite
I don't know
often
about that
2
Yankees
running
thing you
backs.
got going on there, though. I don't know about that.
A little more run-oriented game than a lot of games that
Second
we've
quarter
seen
score, Prospect 10,
over the
Shelburne.
last couple of years.
Nothing. Somebody's clapping up there.
So
We have a
Hoffman
press box
Estates
contest.
offense
Anyone that can guess
once
Coach
again
Ulrich's middle
clicking.
name gets a cookie.
And they're in great position here. They've got plenty of
What'd you say?
time and 3:50 left on the
It's not
clock and
Jocelyn.
a first down at
Thomas?
about the 30-yard line. So they're certainly in position to pad their lead before the half.
As I walk through the valley with my ladder and flex, I'm not really in it, I just happen to rap. When they all thought we was finished, they was laughing at that. So I went and bought me a dog and flipped their head to the back. New drag, new whips on the way down. That y'all on the way down. Mama told me if you fall, never stay down.
Okay, 3:50 left. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Gives it to the motion man, number 25. Tries to cut it up.
25 and a carry, Jordan Lane.
Jordan Lane picks up a couple.
Picked up about 3.
Jordan Lane, a junior, 5'8", 160.
I suppose he's related to Penny Lane.
That could be. Johnson in the backfield again. There, no,
Takes it.
a
Oh,
fake and almost
Pass
complete
intended
there
for number
to
25, Jordan Lane is
Jordan Lane.
incomplete. We'll bring up 3rd and
just too
Evan.
far out in front of him. Lane not able to stretch out. But he'd have probably scored if he caught that.
Yeah, he had pulled away from his defender by a little bit there and would have been hit on the run, full speed. Well, that brings up 3rd and 7.
I'd like to welcome Mr. Eric Winkowski in the house. Press box shot.
Now we've got 4
Mr.
wide
Lemke will
receivers.
pick up the check, Mr. Winkowski. Always remember that.
Johnson's going out. Everybody's out. Here's Colson, but he's got a lot of trouble right now. And he's sacked way back.
Big time.
Way.
Oh,
That was after he was
Ball
down,
was
I think.
Whistled dead. There's a flag on the play.
That one
and another flag on the play.
was either too late or it was perhaps grounding. And
We'll wait
Colson
on the
is
ruling here.
getting some advice from one of the coaches right now.
In the meantime, stay tuned for our halftime entertainment.
The one problem I've
Yeah.
seen with Colson is trying to make something out of nothing,
Hopefully-
and here he takes a big sack because of it.
It's an intentional grounding. It's a loss of down. for
Intentional
Hoffman Estates.
grounding.
Lost it down and
It's also a sideline warning against Hersey.
So intentional grounding
We're
and
working
a
hard here to
sideline
get a
warning against
athletic
Hersey.
trainer dance-off at halftime between the bearded one, Greg Rothwell, and the former Hall of Famer, Rick Bacon. See if we get some kind of a dance-off going, but not have many takers in that department. Coach Abbott
It's
wants
like
to have
about 4th and 26. Are they going for it? No, quick kick by Colson.
kick. by Colson. It's right in the coffin corner down there, it looks
Awesome kick.
like. Quite a kick.
Looks like it's out about the
Nice punt by Austin Colson.
3-yard line,
The ball's down
4-yard
inside
line.
the 5. Where it'll be Husky ball, 1st and
So
10.
Hersey puts up some defense, a big play there that where Colson went way back and wound up with an intentional grounding call and
Last cookie to go into the
totally
press box.
disrupted that drive. And now Hersey will have the ball, but there's only 2:42 left, and they've got their worst field position of the night. They're backed up almost in the end zone. Long way to go, not much time, and bad field position.
Keeper up the middle. Decent pickup. It's like about a 6 yard.
Goldsberry has been finding more running room as the game wears on, and he seems to
We'll have our trivia question in a
be
second.
energetic,
The
and
last prize for
the
the press box contest.
linemen are probably getting just a little bit worn down as time goes on.
Rolling to the
Here's
right.
Goldsberry, but
Short.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 3.
tried to throw
Sean Waters.
on the run there and didn't put enough on it.
Like he had some open field if he wanted to tuck and run with it.
Press
But
box
he
contest.
was under a
last
bit
cookie
of
giveaway. If you could
pressure
tell
on
me
that one.
What college Mr. Brown attended? What college Mr. Brown in English department attended? If you know that, you'll get the last cookie.
Okay, putting it up, wide open on the left side, on the right side, and
Pass is
overshot him.
incomplete.
Hi, I like thank you.
The correct answer is Ball State. He's a Cardinal. Cookie is 1. What's your
Molly Ruste.
Molly Ruste? The Rustes, man, they're on it.
So
They're champions in everything, this family.
So fourth,
Hersey forced a punt here, and with 2:04, they're
Do we
still
have one
way
grounding
deep.
off? Might be one more question.
So this could set up a situation where the Hawks of Hoffman Estates would have another opportunity to put some points on the board.
low snap, gets it off. Lets it roll, goes over the 50-yard line down to about the
Ball be down about the
47.
48-yard line. The first and 10 Hoffman Estates.
So
with
good
1:53
field
to go.
position for the Hawks. Just inside 2 minutes, a minute 53 left in the first half.
Sam Herbert.
Well, we'll see Colson crank it up here. He's got a good offensive line and some key receivers that are impressive.
So every other series, Hoffman Estates scores.
They'll
So
be careful to get rid of the ball a little faster this time. Throws it out to Blissett.
Colson's pass complete to Javon Blissett.
He's got some size.
Pickup of,
Blissett is
3 will be second and
6'3",
7.
195 pounds. So we've got some wide receivers
Dave
that are
Vasquez, you weren't in class today.
among the bigger
Do your homework in English.
players on the team, actually. They're heavier.
little swing pass. No
Colson's pass
gain.
completed to Mike Eppenbaugh.
Mike Eppenbaugh caught it and went out of bounds.
Only 1:20 left on the clock. They're right at
That was
midfield
5
now.
minutes ago.
Picked up about a half a yard on that
Michael, help
play.
the kid out, man.
And they're 3rd and 7, so they've got to do it here or they'll be punting it away again. 3 receivers left. He's looking left.
Complete.
He's got
Nice completion.
Alexander.
little hook in play
Good enough for
there.
Hawk, first down. To number 2,
At
Jared
about the
Alexander,
40-yard
football
line.
schooner.
Colson showing some good arm strength there with really threw a bullet there. Well synchronized with Alexander turning it in and Colson firing a hot one. Does it again.
Colson's
Von
pass
Blissett
complete to
out.
Blissett.
Close to a first down.
Colson putting some good velocity on the ball here and completing 2
He's second and
big
short
passes
for the Hawks.
that brings the Hawks of Hoffman all the way down to looks like about the 31, 32 yard line.
And about the
101.
31.
101 left in the half right now.
There's a flag on the
There's
play.
a flag. Hersey clapping. Looks like it's against the Hawks. It's an illegal procedure against the Hawks. That'll cost them 5 yards. So back to pass, under pressure, puts it up and out in front of his intended
Passes.
receiver, Will Noon.
Incomplete.
Colson limping right now. Took a hit on that last play and I don't know if he can even stay in there. He's really limping quite a bit.
He is.
It'll be 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7, looks like he's going to try to stay in there.
I'm guessing he won't be running it. Puts it up, got a over his head.
Just a little over his
Pass
head.
intended
there.
for Blissett is incomplete.
Blissett
Bring up
was
4th
open.
and 7 for the Hawks.
Over his
Big
head.
shout out to Gabe Galindo.
48.2 seconds left. 4th down and 7. So we saw
Take a
a
break, James.
quick kick
You heard
last
it.
time. We'll see if he
So
kicks it or passes it.
Hoffman Estates trying to keep their drive alive here.
There's a timeout
Timeout by Hersey.
on the field. Timeout, Hersey Huskies. Did you know the color of a Husky's nose is dictated by the color of its coat? True story. That fact brought to you by the Hoffman
Both
Estates
defenses playing pretty well here tonight. These teams were up at 42 and 41 points last week. And
Former police consultant Mark Mueller.
we're in
Garber Stadium
a
tonight.
13-7 game right
And
now.
Blake Raffaelli. Thanks for the batteries, Blake. I don't know about those shorts, though. It's the last time for everything. Brad Paisley told me that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Even Mrs. Harlan would laugh at that. Sammy Wynn. Getting the workout.
Okay, back out onto the field.
Colson throws
Again,
it
throws it
a
high.
little
Pass
high,
intended for
little
Jalen
high.
Alexander is incomplete.
And
We'll get
over
a turn around
Alexander's
down
head.
Hersey With 42.7
That'll turn it
seconds
over to
remaining.
Hersey with only 42 seconds left. They have an opportunity to try a couple long passes, 2-3 long passes maybe.
So much for my Hawks scoring every other drive theory.
In the house. You bringing me some cash? You can't buy my grades. There is a gray Honda Accord. Your lights are on.
Hersey
A gray
defense
Honda Accord,
stepping it up as the game goes on.
456-8911.
Now the offense is in there with an opportunity to perhaps do something. Goldsberry completes it
Pass complete to number 7.
just like that all the way down to about the
Jasper
37.
Rutgewitz. Once again, there's a gray
Hersey
Honda
lining up
Accord in the
quickly.
parking lot. License plate 456-8911. Your lights are on. 456-8911. Your lights are on. Gray Honda Accord.
Jill Jones on the reception.
Goldsberry's passing has been pretty impressive tonight. He's throwing pretty well. Here he
Oh,
looks, he
he's gonna
doesn't see
tuck and
anything.
run.
He's going to run. He picks up
Number
about,
11 runs out of bounds.
took a lot of time
Gold-
off there. We're down to
Goldsberry.
26 seconds. He did pick up some yardage there, but
Took about 6 yards on that.
quite an
About-
athlete. And
2nd and 5.
involved in almost every play, either passing or a large percentage of the runs for Hersey tonight. Only 26 seconds, but they are down to the 30. Here's Goldsberry throwing. At that time, it's
Pass is incomplete.
overthrew his man by quite a bit. He had an opportunity there to put it in there, but he just overthrew him.
The receiver did have a step on the defender.
Pass intended for number 3, Sean Waters. Will be 3rd
Okay,
and
needs
5.
to try a little
Huskies.
higher pass and let somebody run under it.
Yeah.
3rd down. And here's Goldsberry. He breaks away. He's got a
Short
few
line
yards. He
scrimmage.
may have gotten the first
He
down.
did.
Looks like
Third
he did.
effort.
Yeah.
Goldsberry on
So,
the carry.
Only
It'll be a first down with about 14
13.9
seconds
left, but they're all the way down to about the 24.
So clock is running. Inside 10 seconds. Back to pass. Being chased. Puts it up.
That's the end of the half.
And that's the end of
That
it.
does it.
Hoffman Estates
Time has
13.
expired.
Had a man
Hersey,
somewhat loose in the
7.
corner there, but didn't get it to him, and that ends the first half.
Stay
where
tuned for our halftime entertainment.
the defense has played pretty well for both sides, and we've got a 13-7 halftime score. Both teams going over 40 points last week. So
After this, we followed by our
Goldsberry showing
marching band.
some real talent in running and passing. He's been in on a lot of plays tonight.
Okay, getting ready to kick off for the second half. Hoffman Estates back out on the field, teeing it up. Hoffman Estates has looked good on both sides of the ball. But Colson got dinged up there at the end of the first half. We'll have to see if that has an effect on him here in the second.
So with the score, Hoffman 13 and Hersey 7. We're about to start the second half here. Both teams playing very good defense in that first half for the most part. A couple of breakdowns.
Okay, here we go.
So a little pooch kick coming down at the 25 and just dying.
Oh,
There's a scrum for the ball. Like Hersey able to fall on it.
Looks to be Hersey ball. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a lost wallet up here in the press box. We have a lost wallet.
So
We got
Hersey
two
will
phones
get
with
it
two cars
first
with
and
lights
10
on.
at the 28.
If you lost your wallet,
Hoffman
wanna come up and
Estates close
describe it?
to recovering that.
check your car lights. We have a gray Honda Accord or white Volkswagen Jetta. And always hold the wheel at 10 and 2.
So Hersey will put the ball in play here from the 27, their own 27-yard line. There's
Goldsberry back, he's going
Goldsberry,
to put it up.
got a man, but covered.
Pass intended.
Well covered by
well
number
covered, and,
27
number
there.
27.
Man
Levante
claiming that
Jackson.
he may have been,
Jackson.
suggesting that he may have been bumped a little bit there, but looked like they were just, both of them trying to get the ball.
Yeah, defender has a right to the ball.
Michelle Diaz, come get your phone. Michelle Diaz, come get your phone.
So second and 10. Handoff up the middle. No, it's a keeper.
Goldsberry
On
and
the
a carry.
left side,
Taken
picks
down
up
by Jalen Alexander.
about 5 yards.
Goldsberry
Elise
showing
Son-
that
Elise
speed that he
Sonek,
has.
Jessica Jurowitz, shout
Picks
out.
up about 5-6 yards on that play. Little curl into the left on a keeper.
Nice fake. Now that handoff
gets
around
the
the left
ball
side.
Number
Ryan.
6, Nick Wiley on the carry.
Nick Wiley on the
Husky
carry.
touchdown. Also want to welcome a very special guest, Kyle Cornbread Cornier's fiance, Allie. Welcome, Allie.
So first and 10 for Hersey.
Hi, Allie.
Little swing pass. Oh, made the defender miss. Picks up, turns a loss
Three
into
on
a
the carry,
gain of 2
Sean
or
Waters.
3.
Tackled by Nigel Jones, senior.
So pickup of 3. That'll make it second and 7. Up the middle. Nice run. That's a first down and more.
That time there
22,
was
Luke Sakala.
one receiver way to the right and a whole bunch of receivers on the short side of the field to the left. And it appears they were over there for blocking duties as much as receiving.
Fake. Oh, made
Here's
the
Goldsberry.
defender miss. Extends
And
the play,
he's
puts
got
it
a
up.
man.
And a
And
touchdown.
it's a touchdown for Hersey on a
There is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Reception was number.
That's a little beyond the line of scrimmage.
Say hold against
Hold against Hersey that will negate a play where most likely Goldsberry was way over to the right and away from there, so probably would not, hold like that. Probably made zero difference as far as Goldsberry being caught by anybody.
He was almost sacked on that play, though, able to juke the defender and get the ball off.
At the outset, and then he
20 for the Huskies.
went way to his right and launched a long pass, beautiful pass for what appeared to be a touchdown. But now we're back to first down and 20 from the
last quarter.
From their own 46. Here, Hersey in this same formation again with three receivers wide left, but they're not wide. They're close to the
22.
Hand off to Luke Sasala.
And the running play goes that way. So you've got a lot of people over there and a lot of receivers who can become blockers. Sort of an interesting formation here.
Priscilla,
see if they run it again.
Second and
Looks
14.
like they're running it again. They've got three receivers bunched together.
Oh, bad snap.
It was a bad
he's
snap.
down.
Hoffman Estates High School, number 6.
Number
senior,
6.
Benjamin Cotton.
Benjamin Cotton in the backfield.
And Mr. Figler says 22.
Number 7 is in Jill Jones.
Shout out to Kevin Flores.
So 3rd and 22 coming up.
Come get your phone.
Again being chased. Oh, a screen pass.
Broken up by number 5, Sean Brown. It'll be 4th and long.
So 4th and long, and a big opportunity for Hersey on that drive, wiped off the boards by a penalty. A touchdown wiped off the boards.
Excuse me, what kind of wallet did you find?
There's
red, pink and red.
Kick. It takes a Hersey roll inside the 10 down to about the 5.
Oh, that's not.
So a nice kick there for Hersey. It's going to pin Hoffman Estates deep in their own territory.
That'll be Hawk ball, 1st and 10. On the 4-yard line.
So with 9:14
according to the downstater, Dan Fligler.
remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Hawks will have the ball. Looks like it's going to be at about the 4-yard line, is what they're saying on the scoreboard. Yeah.
Ben Palacios,
So that's
soccer player. Soccer has a home game this Tuesday.
the wind out here is almost nothing, maybe half a mile an hour or something, and it's hard to tell which way it's going. So here's Colson giving to Johnson, I believe, and he's got a little bit of room, but not much.
Jalen Johnson.
Up to about the 10-yard line. Pickup maybe of 2. Gives them a little more breathing room there. 3 wides to the left, 1 to the right. Swing pass out to number 25. He's got a couple and then gets pushed back.
25 interception from Colson.
That was Jordan Lane on the reception.
Which would be good enough for a Hawk. First down.
That'll move the chains for the Hawks.
It was either 28 or 26 making the tackle. It's hard to tell what the numbers are on some of these jerseys, unfortunately.
Especially on the Huskies. White on white just does not read very well. Another swing pass out to Alexander. Picks up a few.
Scoreboard update brought to you by the Hoffman Estates Intervention Office. We got Conant BG tied at 8. Palatine's beating Elk Grove 26-3, and Prospect is beating Schaumburg 17-14.
About 3 yards on that, brings up 2nd and 7.
Jalen Johnson on the carry, tackled by number 6, Nick Riley. 3rd and 5.
So pickup of about 2. We'll bring up the 3rd and 5. Being chased, reverses his field, directing traffic, puts it up, and it's caught. At the 35, that'll be a first down.
Colson.
There's a flag on the play.
On those plays, it's usually the offensive line.
Looks like ineligible man downfield.
One of about 3 or 4 things that go awry for the offensive line in those situations. But Colson on that play showed that he's fairly nimble and apparently not, there's no lasting impact from the hit that he took late in the first half that had him limping for a short period of time.
Mrs. Johnson.
So 3rd and about 10.
Okay. Worried about you. Okay. I know Mr. Johnson's not worried. I know that.
Rolling right. Throws complete. Down about the 1st yard marker. We'll see. And they're giving it to him. First down.
Got a first down. Just barely made it.
That's good enough for a Hawk first down.
1st and 10 coming up.
Delay there.
Hoffman grinding this one out. Not picking up the yardage they were in the first half, but still moving it. Alexander gets it, makes a man miss until he's taken out of bounds.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag thrown on the tackle. Might have been late head out of bounds. We'll see what they call.
It's a sideline warning against Hoffman Estates.
Sideline warning on Hoffman. Second and about a foot.
It's an official's timeout.
It's a first down. They got to move the chains.
That play was good enough for a Hawk first down.
So Hoffman pulling out after getting extremely bad field position. They're now all the way out to the 35 with a first down.
So Hoffman again moving the ball here. Makes the handoff. Nice pitch out to Alexander across midfield. Down to about the 47.
I'd like to welcome our German friends from Germany. Gute Nacht, Grüß Gott, tonight. Well, yeah, the German friends.
So Hoffman Estates moving. 6:45 left in the third. Again out to Alexander.
Tosses pass complete to Jalen Alexander.
Out past the 40, about the 39.
Pick up about 8.
Bring up 2nd and 2.
Well, they've got 4 wide receivers. Johnson remains in the backfield. And,
Fake to Johnson. That's a first down.
Colson with a
Like Will Noon.
Colson's pass complete. Good
slant
enough
pass
for Huck.
to
First down to William Nunn.
that was William Nunn on the catch there. He's listed as a tight end. He was a or actually
Shout out
listed
to Detective
as
Allen.
both a tight and white
Music
end.
selection at halftime.
The senior,
Go
6
Ravens.
foot 175.
Hoffman Estates looking good on this drive.
Here's Alexander way to the left.
Handoff up the middle. Breaks a
Jalen
tackle.
Johnson picks up about 4.
Kalen Johnson
Tough run.
picked up
Brought down by a pack of Huskies.
about 3.5.
Hoffman Estates football's on the road next week.
So
at
2nd
Deerfield
and
High
about
School
7.
Next Friday night. So pack your things. Make sure you got some toll money. We'll see you in Deerfield next week.
So a handoff. Room to run there.
Alexander getting in on some downfield blocking on that play, and
Taya Grace.
Parent flag on the play.
but little flag, and I don't know if he was holding or somebody else was holding or just what.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We're trying to.
The ball at the 31-yard line. We'll bring a 2nd and 8. Shout out to Litzy Morales and Jobo Escalona.
So 2nd and 8 coming up. Little swing pass out to Alexander. Defender misses and then out of bounds.
Colson
Looks like
Alexander
close to the 20.
picked up,
So
looks like 7 3/4. What's that saying?
So first down.
That's a Hawk first down.
So Hawks continuing to move the chains here. Very methodical drive. Started back around their own 5-yard line. Up the middle, number 12. He's got room and he is out of
Nice coverage by
bounds.
number 12, Ty Grace. Good enough for a Hawk. First
Ty
down.
Grace forced out of bounds. It looked like about the 8-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. So first and goal from the 8-yard line.
Senior running back, and
Putting it up in the corner.
Colson,
over
trying-
Colson's
trying-
pass to
to
10 for
Alexander.
Alexander's incomplete. We'll bring up
a lot of time going off the clock. We're
the 2nd and
down to
7
4:43 in the
Second and
3rd
goal.
quarter, and
from the 7.
this drive has absorbed a lot of that time.
Very methodical.
Now he's got 2 running backs in the backfield with him, Colson does. He gives
Up
to
the
Grace,
middle.
and Grace sees a little seam there and
Carrying men with him.
got good
Pretty
acceleration.
run by
Grace
Ty
is
Grace will bring up
listed
3rd
at
and goal
5'7",
from the
155, but he's got some speed there.
So
Takes off quickly.
3. Correction, the 4.
Down around the 4-yard line.
So 3rd down and 4.
Shout out to Alex Mayani, Hoffman Estates golfer, but a bad dancer.
3rd and goal from the 4. Now we have 2 running backs, and it looks like Johnson's back in. Golson
Gives it to the motion man.
Motion man.
That was Trevon Hall.
Had a lot of blocking. He had the 2 other
Gain of
running
about 2 yards
backs.
would be third,
2 running
and goal
backs to help block,
at
and
the 2.
they get down to about the 2, and
Sidney Thornton still looking for a friend.
now a question. If they'll probably go for it, and 2 yards
Bacon,
they've
roasted.
been able to. Here
looks
they're
like
setting
they're
up for a
going for
field goal.
Connor Lancourt.
They're
to
leading
attempt
by
the
6.
field
This
goal,
would make
held
it
by
9.
Austin Colson. 19-yard field goal attempt.
About the same as an extra point here.
Kick is up, and it's
And the kick
good.
is good.
Well, they stretch their lead to
16-7. Hoffman Estates.
16-7.
Miss Cook from the
Hoffman
Advanced Department,
leading
taking in the game tonight too. Supporting our Hawks.
Hersey High School of Arlington Heights.
So again, the Hawk defense looking very good on that drive. Just not quite able to punch it in, but they pick up 3 points, extend the lead to 9.
Very impressive how far Hoffman Estates has come as a program in the last 4 or 5 years. That game against Bennett in the playoffs was very impressive last year, and so far this year they've won 42-0, and they're leading tonight 16-7 over quite a good Hersey team.
So Connor Lanker going to kick it off here.
Long drive, took a lot of time off. We're all the way down to 3:21 in the 3rd quarter. And there's only been 1 possession each, I believe, in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that's correct.
Not 7.5 or 8.5 minutes off the clock, though, in a couple of drives.
And another pooch kick. Taken about the 20. Makes a man miss, and out of bounds about the 35.
Ball taken out at the 35-yard line. Will be 1st and 10. Huskies.
That was Luke Sikala, who
Still selling raffle tickets. With
is
the
their
50/50. The drawing
leading
is
running
soon.
back that took
Please
that
listen to
ball
your number
back
if you bought tickets.
on the
Press
kickoff.
box will take any gifts you choose to give us. The cash will go to the Mr. Ulrich.
Well, they're down, but
Organic Diet Fund.
they're down by 2 scores. No matter how you do it, you know, when you're down by 9, you just can't go for 2 and tie it up. You've got to score twice.
Pitch out to number 6. Trying for the corner, has it, picks up about
Number 6
5.
forced out of bounds.
Nick Wiley on the
by
carry.
Jalen Alexander. Well, shout out to Shrieker, don't call me Shredder Patel. Hi, Shriek.
Hersey scoring on a long pass play earlier in the game.
So pickup of 4. 2nd and 6.
2 running backs with Goldsberry right
Hands it
now.
off up the middle.
Pick him up a couple
Not
yards.
a lot, 1 or 2 yards there. It's a pickup of 2. Brings
Sakala
up
on the carry.
3rd
Hit by
and 4.
Federal Hawks. Will be about 3rd and 5.
Handoff again up the middle, and he's brought down maybe a
Sean
yard
Brown on the
gain.
tackle for Hoffman Estates against Sakala on the carry. We'll bring up 4th and about 5. 4th and 4.
So 4th and 3.
Punting situation.
4th and 4.
They haven't brought in the punter yet.
So Hoffman with a man deep. There, it's a quick kick.
There's Goldsberry quick kicking it. We
And
saw
it's
that on the part
rolling.
of Hoffman, and it worked pretty well. It's working real well here. It's inside
Down to the 2-yard line.
2-yard line. It's worked. That's about as well as it can work.
Yeah. Hoffman Estates with a receiver
Penalties.
back there, but kicked away from him and got a great roll. So Hoffman pinned it there too.
30-33. Rolling Meadows 10 from 0 in the fourth quarter.
So a
BG
long
beat
way to
Conan
go.
14-8. And Schaumburg is currently beating Prospect 21-17.
So Hoffman Estates with a long field, 1:58 left in the third.
Schaumburg coming back in their game, I guess 21-17 lead at this point. They had trailed pretty significantly early, but made a comeback.
Happen ball in the carry.
Up and Baugh out across the 5, picks up
Number
about
20.
3.
Carso with a little help from Bobby Barada on the tackle. Moving
About
up
second and
6.
7.
The last time they had the ball, they marched all the way down and finally kicked a field goal. Fell two yards short of a touchdown.
Hand off again.
Happen ball hit by
Doesn't look like he picked up anything.
No gain on the play.
Hersey has him pinned down there. Now it's third down, and
Lost a yard.
you don't want to get too reckless here on third down when you're got your back to the end zone.
So 3rd and 6 coming up. Swing pass out to number 9. Hit at the 10.
Completion. Pick up of a couple.
Zachary Carmen.
50-50 drawing coming up for about $180 take home. Again, Press Box accepts all donations to the Press Box.
So 4th and about 2. Hoffman Estate's going to have to punt. Time running down, 25 seconds.
Almost out of time in the third quarter here, and Hersey's about to get the ball. What would seem to be good field position, unless there's a terrific punt out of here.
Low
It is a
line
good
drive punt.
but it's fielded
Taken at
out
the 48.
there. And
Tackled
30,
at the 43.
37. Cameron Kindred.
7. That's Cameron
Somewhere Ariel Amam.
Kindred. Made the play.
So Hersey in good field position on the Hawks 44-yard line. 4.6 seconds. Quarterback keeper around the left side, strung out.
11 on the keeper, forced out of bounds. Ladies and gentlemen, our
Picks
winning
up about
50-50
4 yards.
cheerleading ticket at the end of the third quarter. Your winning ticket, please get your 50-50 tickets out for $180. Please come to the press box to claim your prize. The winning number, 971-9025. 971-9025. We have a winner, Hoffman alumnus.
So we have no home games next week, so there will be no broadcast. Quarterback keeper out close, across the first down.
Number 35, Brandon Freymeier.
And about the 33.
I'll be over in at New Trier, where Barrington will be the guest. And I used to see a lot of New Trier football years ago.
Rolling left, good chunk of yardage out to about the 25.
Shaquille on the carry.
Now Hersey moving it.
7, Nigel Jones.
Pickup of about 7.
Pickup of 7 will be second
Hersey
and third.
looking good on this drive after getting decent field position, and moving down the field now. They're on the 25 and
Oh, planted ball.
Nigel Jones on a nice stick.
little
Incomplete.
dangerous play right there, incomplete. So the line of scrimmage will be maintained.
Buried by Angel Jones.
Let's see if they have that play with 3 receivers to the tight side. It doesn't look like they're going to do that. They've got 2 running backs this time.
Oh, sneak, and it's close.
Quarterback keeper looks to be short.
Like Goldsberry went way up and got a real short snap and
Please,
took it.
please report to the football sideline, Felicio.
Sort
Stop
of reading the
flirting.
defense and almost picked up a first down.
On a half-yard short. Probably another sneak here.
Goldsberry,
middle.
he's got the first down
And
with
more.
ease.
Picked up about 5 yards.
So this game could, the way they're moving the football right now, we could have a very tight football game here in a little while.
Pitch, coming left, cuts it up, has good running room. Across the 15,
on the pitch.
picked up about 5 yards.
Shaquilla, Jimmy Burks on the stop. Be 2nd and 5.
Here's Sakela again. He's met at the line of scrimmage
Shaquilla
that
Stock
time.
loses a yard.
Nothing there.
Jimmy Burks was there. Number 75. Angel Fernandez was there. Thank you. Carlos Esparza.
So
in the
3rd
house.
and about 5. 10 minutes left to play. Back to pass. Under pressure. Looks
Goldsberry,
like
the keeper.
he's taken down about the
Good
line of
coverage in the backfield.
scrimmage.
Looks to be no gain on the play.
Running
4th
away
down
from a
and
defender
5.
there. Able to turn a loss
Blue crew
into
members, you cannot stay by the
no
fence.
gain.
Probably see the field goal kicker coming out. That's what it looks like. Field goal makes it a 6-point game.
23-yard field, 33 field.
A 1 score with a conversion
About a
if they make this, but they've got to make this one.
33-yard attempt. Kick is up.
Up. It looks like it's going to be good. Is
And it
Yeah.
is.
That 33-yard field goal attempt is
So,
good.
Pretty good kicking
Making
on the
it
part of Hersey here.
16-10, Hoffman Estates.
So a 6-point game, 1 score.
And we've only got 9:02 left in the game, and so this looks like it's going down to the wire.
Hoffman Estates extending their lead. Hersey reeling it back in.
So next week will be interesting with the Mid-Suburban West playing the Central Suburban. Last year they did very well in those crossover games. Central Suburban, the Mid-Suburban West won 10 out of 12 games last year in the crossover.
So where is New Truro located, John?
Well, it's the school itself is in Winnetka, but they play their games in Northfield. It's just west of Eden's Expressway, a little south. It's a little south of what we call Palatine Road. It becomes Willow Road as you get east,
Right.
and it's to the west of Eden's. It's what used to be New Trier West.
Oh, kickoff fumbled at the 10, picked up, then tackled at the 15.
I talked to a friend of mine who follows New Trier, and there's a lot of road repairs around there, so he advised me to actually take Lake Euclid Lake into Wilmette and go north.
All right.
There'll be a lot of interesting games for fans that want to hit the road next week and see competition between the Mid-Suburban West and the Central Suburban South. I forget who's playing Maine South, but I saw Maine South last Saturday afternoon, and they really look like a power this year.
Pass complete out to number 13.
Pass complete to William Nunn. Picks up about 5.
William Nunn.
Zachary Kermer's the first.
About a 5-yard pickup.
In fact, I know it's either Palatine or Fremder would be playing Maine South. Last Saturday afternoon, Maine South put 62 points on Glenbard West. Which,
wow.
Which is incredible because Glenbard West is one of the best defensive teams around. Here's a swing pass.
Out close to the first down.
Set. We'll make it about 3rd and a yard for the Hawks.
Hawks trying to get something going here so they can get a little breathing room. It's a tight ball game with 8:18 left, 16-10. 3rd down and a long one for the Hawks of Hoffman Estates. Johnson is the deep back there. This is 3rd and 1. I would imagine that he would get it. He does get it. And I think he probably got the first down there.
Yep, he did.
To be a Hawk first down.
So big pickup there. Keeps the drive alive and the clock running. Clock is Hoffman Estates' friend at the moment. Oh, miscommunication. Blissett not looking for that pass.
Never looked around for it.
No, and thrown behind him anyway.
Micah Hoppa in the house.
So that brings up 2nd and 10. That's 7:47. There's still plenty of time, but we're getting late in the game. Hawks leading 16-10 and trying to build on that lead.
Complete to Alexander.
Colson Alexander
down the sideline.
Seems to be one of Colson's better pass plays is about the 10 to 20 yard
left in the game.
Pass where he really puts some velocity on it and throws a hard low ball. He's completed a number of those tonight. Here it is 3rd and about 3 on the 30 on their own 34. And here's a tight formation with 3 receivers very tight. We've seen Hersey using something like this earlier.
Snap to the motion man. He's going to lose yardage.
The running back ran to where all those receivers were. I think the theory here is that they're supposed to do a lot of blocking, but
Luke Picchiotti.
It appeared that the fast defenders on Hersey were able to run around the interference there and make the tackle. So now that has disrupted this drive. It's now 4th and 7, and Hoffman Estates will have to punt it away.
Just a quick announcement that the German clubs are going to be done selling brats soon. So if you want your bratwurst to support the German club, please get down to the south end zone as soon as possible. There is a timeout on the field.
Hoffman calls timeout with 6:47 left.
The German club selling the brats. They're going to be done in 2 minutes.
Hawks still leading by 6 points, 16-10.
Go to the south end zone. Mr. Lackney's buying. Hersey missile acting. He might pick that one.
Well, this is when it
it
really gets interesting. We have a punt coming up, and Hersey has a chance to go down the field and take the lead for the first time tonight.
The Hawk defense has been awfully tough here.
Both defenses playing well tonight against high-powered offenses that went over 40 points and went over 40 points rather early against their opponents. I think there was some benevolent clearing of the benches that went on in both games. And here's the punt, and one man back to receive it. Got a low punt off, it spins around, and it's picked up out there. And
nice
tackled immediately.
Jimmy Burks, senior linebacker. First and 10, 6:36 to go.
So Jimmy
Hersey ball.
Burks, the linebacker. Johnny on the spot with the tackle at the 35.
so with 6:36, Hersey will take over
All right, Blue Crew, big stop coming up
at their
here.
own 35 with an opportunity to go 65 yards and potentially take the lead in this game for the first time. We're down in the fourth quarter here, and this may be their best opportunity to do something.
Both teams scoring over 40 points last week. That ball
bad
tipped.
Ball tipped. The
Ball
line of scrimmage
tipped
looked to be tipped by number 5, Sean Brown. Jimmy Burks was there, almost there, along with number 2, Jalen Alexander.
Sean
Second and
Brown
10
giving
for
He's
the Huskies.
6-foot
Credit.
defensive end who got up high enough to tip that one. Here's a
run around the right side, bounced it out. That's number
Goldsberry,
11, Goldsberry.
Keeper by number 11, Owen Goldsberry.
about 8 yards on that play.
Picked up about 7.
We've got a Hawk down.
Player down on the field. We haven't seen many injuries tonight.
We have a officials timeout.
I was down at that Wendell Phillips Loyola game way down on the south side last Saturday
We have a
night.
final
And
from the Rolling Meadows Friend game. Rolling Meadows 10, Friend 0.
that game had a tremendous
Buffalo
number of
14,
injuries in it.
Conan 8, final.
We just heard that Fremd was shut out by Rolling Meadows 10-0. So Fremd having a lot of trouble on offense so far this year. 3 points in their first game and 0 that we did last week for Game of the Week, and 0 in their second game.
I believe Rolling Meadows was shut out last week.
Rolling Meadows, that's a different game. It lost about 21-19 or something like that. A fairly close game to St. Viator.
Ladies and gentlemen, we still have a wallet.
They had
in the
beaten
press
St.
box.
Viator three years in a
lost your
row
wallet,
and had a
there's
chance
no
to pull that
identification
game
in it.
out last week,
Please
but
see
fell a
us in
little
the press
short.
box. You'll have to prove that it's yours. If not,
Rolling Meadows
Detective
is
Allen, it's all yours.
among the favorites in the East. Hersey is in the mix, definitely, and I think really those two are the leaders over there.
Guess I was
How about
thinking
nice
of
number
Elk
7,
Grove.
senior Nigel Jones.
Well, Elk Grove lost so big to Hoffman last week. They lost 42-0, and they have had good teams off and on over the years, but they may not be quite ready to challenge this year. So
Nice to see Jones walking off under his own power.
Buffalo Grove is the other team that's sort of in the mix. They've got an outstanding quarterback and pretty good overall quality ball club. And right here, we've got a game that's coming down to the wire. We're only 6:22 left, and there's a very important third down at this point. Hersey trying to sustain a drive, and Hoffman trying to break it down.
keeper around the left side.
Goldsberry just run
He's
all the way.
Very short.
The defense of Hoffman just closed on that very quickly and made the tackle. It still picked up a couple of yards. So it's
Fourth and short.
fourth and about 1. And with this under 6 minutes, looks like they're going to go for it here. It's under 6 minutes left in the game, so they are going for it. There's Goldsberry, and he's got it for the first down, so the drive is continued.
Didn't pick up much, but didn't need much.
Didn't need much, and very important at punting it away in that case. Hoffman has had some long drives tonight where they eat up a lot of clock, and we've only got 5:47 left. So,
the perimeter orthopedic provider of the Northwest Chicago suburbs since
and we've got another man down on the
Doctors
field.
and orthopedic specialists are recognized experts in the diagnosis and treatment of orthopedic injuries and conditions.
The
Specialists also have offices
Mid-Suburban
located in
West
Shelburne, Oak
taking
Grove,
on the
Oakland, and Bartlett.
Central Suburban South, which they won that series last year 10-2, but right now the top 2 teams over there are looking awfully strong. New Trier won 31-0 last week against a respectable opponent, and Maine South beat a fine Glenbard West team impressively. So there's 2 teams that are going to be awfully hard to beat, but the rest of the conference will do well against. We did extremely well against that conference last year, 10-2. Very impressive.
Another round of applause for Javi Hurtado, number 71.
Javi Hurtado being helped to the sidelines.
2 losses last year were both by Conant, which had an off year. They were 0-9, and I haven't heard of their final yet tonight. They won their opener this year, so this year will be a better year than last year for Conant.
Already more wins this season than all last.
First down here with Goldsberry throwing a little flip pass right over the middle, and it's caught and all the way down.
Brought down at the 10-yard line, and the referee's down.
Referee is down on the field, something you rarely see out there.
And he's not moving.
Potential for collisions out there, but he apparently took a pretty good hit.
He got caught up in the tackle there.
Hersey with a play that was just a little flip over the middle with the receiver catching that and sidestepping a and we have an official down on the field. He hasn't moved yet very much. It's almost surprising that it doesn't happen more with players flying around and officials as close to the players.
Another round of applause for our official and back judge.
And the official is up, and the crowd is applauding the fact that he's back on his feet. Whether he'll be able to run around on the field remains to be seen. He's kind of loosening up a little bit. So we've been waiting at 5:33 on the clock, and Hersey with first and goal from the 10.
The back judge coming over to the sidelines. Looks like he's going to stay in the game. So first and goal to go from the 10. Quarterback keeper.
Here's Goldsberry, and he's got room around the corner. He's
Inside the 5 to about the 4.
It's a pickup of about 6. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4.
There's no handoffs involved, and he's got speed and running capability. Now he's got 2 backs with him.
Oh,
Whoa.
bad snap, and he's.
That's the one way you can get goofed
Oh,
up.
there's
Bad,
intentional grounding.
bad snap, and
Rule
now
flag. There are 2
one
flags
thing
on the
leads
play.
to another. They're getting down to the 4, bad snap,
Wait for
and
the officials
now
ruling.
intentional grounding ruled, and
Holding against Hersey.
holding. Just when it looked like they had the easy formula, as I was pointing out,
Once again,
there's
ladies
no
and gentlemen, keep a
handoffs
wallet up
involved,
here.
but you still
Who
have to
lost the
hike
wallet,
it and
please
catch
check
it.
your wallet. It looks definitely like a
And that
children's
didn't
wallet.
happen here.
High schooler kid's wallet. Please check to make sure you have your wallet. They'll be holding against Hersey.
So
Make it
that'll
about
cost
2nd
them 10
goal
yards.
from 18.
So 2nd and goal from about the 18 and a half. Rolling to his left.
There's Goldsberry.
Keeping.
He's brought down around the 12-yard line, it looks like.
Goldsberry forced
So
out of
pick up
bounds.
about
Right
6.
the
Pushed
12.
out of bounds.
Be 3rd and 12. 3rd and goal from the 12.
Third and 12. More likely than not, the game's decided in the next play or two here. With 4:32 left and the score 16-10.
Well, if they get stopped here, it's definitely decided.
Here's Goldsberry. He's running hard.
Puts it up.
Puts it up.
Incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. We'll bring up 4th and goal from the 12.
4th and goal from the 12. It looks like the field goal team coming out here. So the idea there, obviously, according to my higher math, is make it 16-13 and have an opportunity to come back and get another field goal. Play defense. There's 4:21 left
There's
and
a
get the ball back.
officials
And
timeout.
There's another injury. Hawk down. Looks like a cramp.
well, Hersey had a tremendous opportunity to take the lead in the game, and then a bad snap and mishandled by, which couldn't be handled by Goldsberry. And then when he finally got the ball, he recklessly threw a pass that and got called for intentional grounding. It didn't go near anybody, and
It was actually a holding penalty.
a holding penalty on the play, I guess, and brought them back, and so now they're in field goal range, but that would leave them 3 points behind with 4:21.
So they got to be hoping for a 3 and out or 6 and out, and then a chance to get some more.
Hawks representing the mid-suburban West, which in
At the
recent
start of
years
play,
in
the
these
fourth and goal from
crossovers with the
12-yard
East
line.
have won about 67-68% of the games. And bigger schools, Barrington, Fremd, Schaumburg, Conant. Then the schools over in the East, like Wheeling and Hersey and Elk Grove. And here we go. Oh, it looks
Now
like
they're going to go for it.
looks like they're going for the whole thing here.
There is a timeout.
And timeout by Hoffman now.
Timeout Hoffman
This
Estates.
would almost certainly be a pass into the end zone.
You would think so.
Either in the end zone or very, very near to the end zone.
Unless Goldsberry can roll out
tuck
and
it and run, perhaps.
find an open lane.
That's probably plan B, I would guess, but maybe not. He'll probably roll out so that plan B is in motion already when he starts.
So Hoffman called a timeout.
This is one of those times when you know the game is on the line. I was at Phillips Loyola, got down to 4th and 1 with 3 seconds. So you knew absolutely for certain the game was on the line, and Phillips stopped Loyola for about a 1-yard gain and won the game.
Well, Hoffman called a timeout on the field goal, and then
here we go.
Hersey changed to an offensive
Goldsberry looking for the snap from center. He's got it. He's looking deep. And no, miscommunication there.
Turnover on downs, Hoffman ball.
Didn't turn soon enough, and that could be the ball game right there. 4:16 left. Hoffman Estates will get the ball at about the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 12. 4:16. All they really have to do here is
so a big stop.
The best way to
there.
wrap it up would be 2 or 3 first downs and punt them in deep with almost no time left, or run out the clock.
1st and 10, Hoffman
4:16.
Or just score and put it out of reach.
Score and put it out of reach. So there's multiple ways of doing it. The most probable is 2 first downs and a punt and very little time left.
Run up the middle. Number 20 picking up about 5 there.
Running the football here, probably try to run it on
Max
most plays and let the clock tick away, and they're holding somewhat precariously onto that 16-10 lead. It was really challenged there a moment ago. On several plays, actually, including the last one of that series.
Looks like one of the Huskies had a cramp and had to go to the sideline there.
It's not cramp weather. It's got to be about 60 degrees out here, so cooled off. Cool for this time of year. We're only September 1.
2nd and 4. Another handoff up the middle. Not
Johnson,
much there.
He doesn't get much at all.
Maybe a half yard.
Will be about 3rd and 4 on the 19-yard line.
So Hersey hoping for a 4 and out here. 3 and out. Hoffman trying to move the
Hersey,
chains.
Defensive backs playing well tonight. Havel,
Alexander still on his feet, out to the 30 for a first down.
Picks up the first down there. So with 2:58. Fresh set of downs. They can chew away at that clock.
Colson looking awfully good. Got a strong arm.
He really rifles those short passes.
Handoff again up the middle. Picks up about
Johnson
3.
Picks up about 3. Will be 2nd and 7. There's a timeout on the field. Timeout, Hersey High School.
So 2:32, 2nd and 7. And off the left side, picks up about 3.
There's
and there's a flag
on
coming in
Brandon
late.
Johnson's run to pick up about 3 more.
So we'll see what this is about. The Hawks applauding, maybe unnecessary roughness.
Now they're driving down the field, and when and if they have to punt, they're punting from fairly far downfield or near midfield.
First down.
It will be against Hersey, which will make it
Fresh
a
set
Hawk
of downs,
first down.
so with only 2:26, they can eat away at that clock and move the football a little bit. They can just about wrap this up.
Up off the left side,
Johnson
about an
took the run,
8-yard
picks up
pickup.
about 8.
Hersey has
Nice run.
2 timeouts left, which they want to save as long as they can, but they might have to use them pretty soon.
Be about second
We're under
and
2 minutes
3.
now.
Max Locke on the carry. Nice pickup. Sorry, Jalen Johnson. Hard to tell between
I
the 8
think we
and
have
0.
about 4 or 5 fellows on this team with the name Jalen.
Cutting it back off the right
Johnson,
side.
and
Dives
he's got a
down.
first down. That's with 118,
Picks
so
up 5.
So the Hawk
Hersey does have 2 timeouts, so they'll be undoubtedly starting to use those pretty soon.
So Hoffman
They've only
moving
got
the
2
chains.
timeouts, and we're down to about a minute. And there's Johnson again, heavy-duty
Johnson up the middle, picks
power
up 3.
runner, pounds it into the middle.
There's a timeout.
About a 2-yard pickup.
Okay, there's the first timeout used
John
by
Hersey High School.
Hersey. They're down to 1 timeout remaining. They've only got 50 seconds and 1 timeout to work with here. Unless something really dramatic happens, it looks like we're headed toward a 16-10 final here. The Hawks, the best case scenario for Hersey, other than getting a fumble or something, would be to hold them, use a timeout, and then wind up getting a punt. But, you know, it'd be probably 35, 40 seconds left. It's only 2nd down, so there'd be third down would be, they couldn't stop. Oh boy, what happened there?
Hersey jumped. Or were they drawn?
Both sides are claiming the other one jumped. Looks
False start.
false start on
That is a
Hoffman.
false start against the Hawks. Kevin Flores, Katie Perez. So, Katie, good job. You didn't walk across the track too early.
So that makes it 2nd and about 13. Run up the middle.
Nice run up the
Nice
middle.
pickup. Picks up about 6
We'll
yards.
make it about 3rd and 6. And there's a timeout. on the
So
field.
there goes the last timeout. And
Timeout,
there's
Hersey. That is our
44 seconds left.
final timeout.
So now you have a
3rd and 6
situation
to go
where
for the Hawks. Coach
there's
Owen.
44 seconds left, and if they run around a little bit and then run with the ball, they can take a fair amount of that off, and then punt it out of bounds or something, and give it back to Hersey with 15 seconds left or so.
Or get a first down and not give it back at all.
And
We'll have to
that would
see.
end it right there. One way or another, the game is apt to be over very, very soon.
Teach me how to duck. Teach me how to duck.
Everybody love me. Everybody love me. Everybody love me. You ain't messing with my
The name is John. For them dudes who don't know me. I know I'm
But
from
strange
the
things can happen in the game of football.
in the club, and all these girls but me.
Yes, they can.
This is two power running backs. Now we got a man in motion. This looks like, is that Johnson or something?
Oh, he's out. Looks like he's got the first.
Looks like he's got the first. That'll
That's
do
a
it.
first down, Hoffman.
That will easily do it with only 37 seconds
First
left. I'll
and 10
just
on a 35.
Jalen.
see the victory formation out there now, and they'll run out the clock. Clock is running right now at 33 seconds left, 31.
Jalen Johnson
So-
puts the nail in the coffin there.
Good defensive performance by both teams, especially Hoffman holding this Owen Goldsberry.
Is that knee?
Two teams that scored over 40 points last week. Neither one of them gets over 20 this week.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Hoffman Estates. A round of applause for both teams. Hoffman Estates will be 2-0. Hersey will be 1-1.
So that does it. 16-10 is the final, with the Hawks going to 2-0, and they'll be playing 2 games against the Central Suburban League over the next 2 weeks. I thought I heard somebody say they were playing Deerfield next week, but check
That's
their
right.
schedule. So
Be Hoffman against Deerfield. And again, no home games next week, so we will not be broadcasting, but in 2 weeks we'll be at Conant and they'll be hosting New Trier. So that's it from Hoffman Estates High School. The Hawks victorious 16-10 over the Hersey Huskies. For John Anderson, I'm Bruce Anderson. Thanks for watching.